Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing, so y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed, baby. Now, Canelo Alvarez gonna fight Abner Yildirim on the 27th. Later on. And let me tell you, there's a lack of interest for this fight. You see articles about the lack of interest. There's a lack of interest, period. I know a lot of people not going to probably watch that fight. There are going to be a few that's going to tune in, but I don't think it's going to be that many people going to tune into the Canelo versus Yildirim fight. More people, and shout out to everybody that's just doing, videos and boxing videos, and what's happening is people are becoming enlightened. People are seeing what's going on. A lot less casuals. You're getting to the casual fans and explaining why these things, and then casual fans have Google, and then they can Google, and then they can just see Yildirim. Well, why is they're advertising Canelo as the #1 pound-for-pound fighter? Then why is he fighting someone like Yildirim in a mandatory? And then people start finding out, wait, he lost his last fight. He fought somebody with a record of 3-31 just 3 fights ago. 41-14. I keep mentioning that, though, and then before that lost. So there's no momentum from Yildirim. There should be no reason why Canelo would be fighting Yildirim. And then when you find out, I've said it, documented in many videos, that he called the WBC to have him fight Yildirim. With people that are, just want to watch boxing and not a fan of someone, that's going to irk them. Right? It's just not going to irk. Just because they get irked doesn't mean that they're hating on Canelo. It's just like, hey, well, that ain't nothing I need to stop my day or night for. You know what I mean? That's what's happening. And it's going to be other fights. More people are getting more and more into what's going on. This Teofimo Lopez versus Kambosos fight. Yeah, he won the purse bid and they're going to fight somewhere else on Triller or whatever. But people are not going to be interested in that fight. And in the long run, he done pissed his promoter off, and his promoter going to probably be talking to ESPN and all of Fox and all of those stations, where he's going to probably have problems fighting there. It's going to be a problem. Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. People are starting to see, wait a minute, man, there's a lot of things that Fury done did. And I said done did. There's a lot of things he's done. So, there's going to be people that's not, be irked. Anthony Joshua came out the other day and told Fury, hey, look, you know what a boss is. That doesn't sound like an Anthony Joshua that wants to fight, because you know better than to say that to Fury. You guys are having problems right now, who's the A side and who's not. So you're gonna tell Fury you're the boss? Don't look like you wanna do something like that. So let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens with that. I don't know. A lot of people are not gonna be wanting to have these damn fights and just watching these fights just to be watching boxing. It's gonna have to be something going down. You know what I mean? So if the biggest star in boxing is having a fight, the #1 pound is having a fight, why isn't there no interest? It's because it shouldn't be no interest. You know what I'm saying? Right? Your boy was fighting for the zone, right? He was fighting for the zone, and now all of a sudden the zone is like, hey, we're gonna let him have another fight, but we told him he needs to fight somebody hard. And that's why he got out of the contract, Canelo. So now all of a sudden you're going to fight Yildirim on the zone. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny that that's going to happen. But at the end of the day, sooner or later, you're going to have to fight somebody. Canelo's the pound-for-pound best. Teofimo Lopez is they call him undisputed when they know he's not. Ryan Garcia is an Instagram star. Lomachenko was pound-for-pound when he didn't deserve it. Those things are going to catch up to the people in the long run, right? Canelo has these fights, he's #1 pound for pound, and he's the biggest star in boxing, the face of boxing, but he doesn't show his numbers after his fights. Like after this fight, there's not going to be no numbers showed here, right? And I don't know why people keep going for this, why the zone hasn't learned something from this, unless we don't know what Canelo is getting paid or something, unless he's got a considerable pay cut. But the bottom line, too, with Canelo is this. This is a Yildirim fight, right? And no one really is interested. But Canelo is gone so far as to say his next fights, Billy Joe Saunders and Caleb Plant, he's killing the anticipation, right? So as far as I'm concerned, Canelo this year, totally, I'm not interested in any of the fights, right? Any. Not, like, I would say Caleb Plant, maybe, right? But not if Caleb Plant just waits until September till he fights. If Caleb Plant fights Benavidez beforehand or something, and in the winter of that, yeah. Billy Joe Saunders, not interested, right? If Billy Joe Saunders just sit here and wait, and he's fought Martin Mary, Coceres, and someone else. That's not. It's not like, are we really hyped about the Billy Joe Saunders fight in May? No. But if Billy Joe Saunders would have fought Demetrius Andrade in February and beat him, then that fight in May is a mega fight. Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders, who just beat Demetrius Andrade, the boogeyman. Boom! Huge major fight. No, it's Billy Joe Saunders, who's going to be ring rust, fat somewhere, and and barely fit to fight Canelo, weight trained or something, right? And he hadn't fought, and his best fight was Martin Murray of late. Before that, wasn't nothing, right? That's not somebody hyped about that. No anticipation for that. And Caleb Plant, he gonna be on the shelf until September because they're not gonna let him fight nobody, or he's gonna be calling up anybody to fight or something like that, or have an exhibition in between. He's not gonna have a major fight, so there's not gonna be no momentum. And when anticipation is underrated. It's anticipation. You've been gone from the house 3 days, and your lady call you and say, hey, when you get back, I'm gonna hook you up. Then there's anticipation there. Right? Oh shoot, it's going down when I get home. Right? You don't have nothing to be hyped about as far as it goes with Canelo, unless you are a very diehard Canelo fan. And even the fans of Canelo, we hear about the Mexican legends and calling them out and telling people what he's doing. Right? And I think, the dude, it's really sad too, because Canelo's a real good boxer, excellent boxer, but he's running around talking about I've beaten the best and things like that, and that's delusional, right? Because Gennady Golovkin beat Canelo the first fight, definitely, and the second one tied him. I didn't see Canelo, but a lot of people, going to say Canelo won the second one, definitely, right? Because Canelo stood in the pocket, and that was winning. Standing in the pocket is just one part of it. You still got to win the damn fight, and I didn't see him, really beating Golovkin, but okay, But, he lost the first fight. I don't understand why he got that. He didn't beat Lara. We know that, right? Daniel Jacobs was closer than people. But, when a close fight and it's a brother lost, then that's it. No one's going to say, hey, have a rematch. Turn that around and Jacobs would have got that decision. It would have had to be an immediate rematch. That was rematchable. There wasn't like, you beat Jacobs up. And then what we're going to do, we blame Jacobs for not letting his hands go, for not beating Canelo with, better than that. You can't go in there as a brother barely winning no fights. Because if you do, it's going to be some outrage, right? Canelo, I don't know. He's got some pretty good wins. He's got some wins. I know he's awesome. But my best fight I saw from Canelo that I thought was his loss against Gennady Golovkin in the first fight. That really let me know his skill level. I didn't think he won the fight, but I saw some defense from him. It was really awesome defense that Canelo had in that fight. Really awesome defense that Canelo had in that fight. But anyway, bottom line is this. There's no interest in Canelo versus Yildirim. Let's see what happens with the fight. I'm not going to watch the fight or report on it or nothing. But, hey, it is Canelo in the ring, so let's see what happens with that. But I don't think no one's interested. And if this is going to be our pound-for-pound fighter, right? I think when a pound-for-pound fighter fights, the pound-for-pound, that means you're the very best. There shouldn't be anyone around that you're not fighting and that we know you're not fighting. But for some reason, when it comes to Canelo, no one is holding him to this standard. But watch out for the fans, because the more knowledgeable they come, the more fans are going to be saying, wait a minute, I don't need to stop my day or night to watch this dude fight a Yildirim. Feeling me? Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm about to here, y'all.